Most athletes want to win, but the very best athletes want to master themselves. Take Mondo Duplantis, the greatest pole vaulter of all time, who has just broken his world record a 14th time. And the reason why isn't down to his technical ability and physical strength, it's down to a mindset that he's got that you can have too. And so in this video, I'm going to show you what that mindset is, how you can build it yourself. And by the end of the video, you'll be thinking like some of the best athletes on the planet. But if all of that sounds good to you, then I've also created 30 days with 30 insights in how to build a pro athlete mindset. If you want to be a pro athlete or if you want to be the best pro athlete you can be, but I've put the link in the description so you can get started with that. Just give me your email. I'll send you all 30 ways. Right. Mondo Duplantis, he is 30 centimeters ahead of the closest competitor in the world right now. At this stage, he is just competing with himself. He's got no one near him. His competition, only himself. And that's because he's executing what psychology would call a self-mastery mindset. And he's not alone. People like Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, Katie Ledecky, all athletes who have dominated their own arena. Now, I know a lot of you aren't going to be beating world records just yet, but this mindset that they've got isn't about the level that you're at. It's about what you're doing where you're at. So what is this self-mastery mindset? It is just simply you trying to be the best version of you that you can. The trouble is so many athletes start looking at other people, they start looking at the external results, the outcomes, and that takes away them trying to just get better for them. And so the goal is to build this self-mastery mindset. How do you do that? I've got 5 ways in which you can do it. Number 1 is focus on getting better, not being the best. Most athletes want to be the best. They want to be better than other people. People who have a self-mastery mindset, they're just looking to get incrementally better because self-mastery is an ongoing process. It's not a finish line. You're never going to get there. So it's constantly looking about how can I be 1% better than I was last time? And what is it that I need to do in order to get that? And if you start to change your measure of success as improvement, you're never going to plateau because you'll just be inching up like Mondo Duplantis, going 1 centimeter at a time. All right, number 2 is that you fall in love with the reps. A lot of self-mastery is built around boredom. This is turning up and doing the same trainings, the same warm-ups, the same movements, the same repetitions over and over and over again and not getting bored with that. If you can find enjoyment in the boring, monotonous work, that's where you're going to find self-mastery. The problem is that many athletes move their attention constantly because they're looking for a dopamine hit. They want some form of excitement. But actually the discipline, the mastery that you can find is built in those moments where you're doing the really boring stuff. I know it sucks, but you got to do it. And on that about things being boring, a lot of people think that meditation is boring. It's actually one of the things that have been found to improve athletes' performance because it improves your ability to be more mindful, stay present in the moment, your focus. If you want to get started, then click the link in the description where we've got our MindStrong Sport app. It's the #1 place to get started with meditation for athletes, but also there's lessons, there's courses, so much for you to improve your mind, build the strongest mind you've got as an athlete. Click that link in the description. It's down below. All right, number 3, it is to compete with your past. Most athletes look over their shoulder, left and right, and focus on other people, comparing themselves, looking for validation, trying to get above others. But self-mastery is about looking at your past, looking at where you have been in the past, and are you just that little bit better? Every time you focus on other people, you create this comparison trap that you are going to fall into. We all do it, but you want to look at where you were yesterday and are you just that little bit better today? Simple question to ask yourself is, am I better than where I was yesterday? And it doesn't have to be loads. It hasn't got to be some huge jump. You haven't got to be adding kilos onto your bench press. You haven't got to be taking seconds off your running time. It is just, am I a little bit better? Even if you've done a recovery session, you are a little bit better than you were yesterday because you've put in that time to recover, and hopefully today is a day where you can put in that effort. Number 4 is redefining winning. Most athletes think of winning as trying to beat someone else. For self-mastery, winning becomes about trying to realize your full potential, regardless of who's watching. It's simple things like going to training sessions when no one else is around, taking yourself to improve when no one has told you to, because all of those moments are about you doing what is necessary because it sings to who you are, your values, your motivations, not anyone else's. And when you can set your goals and your actions aligned with things like that, then you're never going to run out of motivation. Number 5 is to stay curious. When others are getting comfortable and relaxing, mastery is about getting curious. So when you've had a moment of success and things have gone your way, you're looking at it through curiosity as to what could I do 1% different just to get better next time. You'll find and hear this in interviews all the time. Athletes saying, yep, today was a great performance, but could have just done this a little bit better. That is a self-mastery mindset. This doesn't mean not celebrating your wins and being happy with what you've achieved. It just means that next time you go out there, you either know you have to maintain that, and to do that might require something else, or you actually have something else to improve on, which is really exciting because then you can be even better. When you've got this curiosity mindset, it just keeps your progress alive. It means you keep on looking out for ways to get better. You're never going to get bored, because the worst thing is that when you achieve a goal, that you start to then switch off. You take it easy. You're like, I've achieved everything I need to. I don't need to get better. Whereas when you're curious, you're constantly looking for things to find, and the sport never becomes boring. Right, I think that's everything. Don't forget, get that 30 ways in 30 days. Click the link in the description. I'll send that straight to your inbox. You can also download the Mind Strong Sport app. Link is in the description. Build your stronger mind as an athlete. But if you're one of those athletes that I mentioned that compares yourself to other athletes, I did a video on this. I deep dived into it. So all you have to do is click right here to go watch it. It'll be for you.